Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and we are going to make some different little pockets today. This is a little pocket. I've just taken a book page, folded it over, and I'll show you how it goes in your journal. Let's just say we wanted to put it on this page. You're just going to slide it there. You're going to put a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue right down through there, and then you flip it over, and this can be a tuck or a belly band. You put a little glue right there, a little glue right there. Well, it can be a tuck, not a belly band. So you put a little glue here and a little glue here, and that can be a little tuck. So you can make them as tall as your pages are, or you can make them shorter like this and just put them at top or bottom, any way that you want to. I'm just going to make some different size ones. Now this one is too large for this book, for this journal, but look how pretty it would be. Look at that color with that. So what I'm making this one for is this journal. See, it's going to be plenty big enough for my pages, and this is the journal that we're making for Melina. So this one's going to be the size for these pages. But like I said, make them any size that you want. Just if you want to make them the full length of your page, just measure your page and make sure that you start out with a piece of paper that's that tall. Okay, all right, so let's start making one. Now I'm going to make some different sizes, so I've got those two. Now I haven't decorated that one, but I'm going to consider that one ready to go. And I think I'm going to use this. This is part of that collection that we've got the journal covered with, and I want this to be the outside. I'm going to put this on the inside. So what I do first, and on a thicker paper like this, especially thinner paper, you don't have to worry about this, but this piece is kind of thick, so I'm going to find my center first thing. That way I know that I'm getting both of my folds on both sides folded the same. So right there is my center, so I know I need to fold down that way, and then I need to fold this one down right beside it. And get them just as close as you can. They don't have to be, you know, nothing has to be perfect. Just get them kind of close. And then use your bun folder and just score that down. So there you've got the start of it. Now what you want to do is fold this over. Now I like to fold it over and leave a little bit of room on both sides, you know, for your wrapping around your page. So just kind of center it up best you can. This little point, center it that way, and then wrap it around like that.
See an app called Santa. You can try searching the App Store.
Now I don't want this full length for my piece, so I'm going to cut this off some, and I'm probably just going to grab my trimmer right here. You could leave it the full length if you wanted, but I'm not going to need that full length. So I'm just going to cut it about right there. And I'll use that piece for something else. Okay. Now what you want to do is, and you can do this or not. On mine, I used a little punch. And I just went along here and I punched to make it kind of decorative. You know, to make it look pretty. You don't have to do that if you don't want it to be punched. You can just leave it. But I just think it dresses it up and makes it look pretty. So I'm going to use this little scallop punch, and there we go. Punched right down through there. See, I think you can see that. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of ink just to make that stand out off of the page when I put it in my journal. And right across there. And then I go ahead and put a little bit on the inside here too. It's really not going to show, but okay. Then I glue these two flaps down because we're making this into a pocket, two pockets in our journal. So we're going to glue those two down. And I'm still using the Barely Arts glue. I've not found any problem with it yet. I've glued every type surface that there is just about. And so far it's worked on all of them. So not had any problems. And nothing has come up. So I'm more than happy with it. Okay. So that's glued down. So there is our little pocket, all except just doing a little bit of decorating. Now let's just grab our journal back. Let's say we wanted to put it in this one. So what I would do is decide if I want this on this side or that on this side. And you're just going to fold it over like that. And you're going to put a little tiny bit of glue right here to hold that point. So you have a pocket here and a pocket up that way. And then I fold it up and just put a little tiny bit of glue right down through there to hold it on the page. And then flip it over, and on this side you're going to glue right there and right there. Now, if you don't want to glue, you don't have to. Just use a paper clip, and I don't think I even have one right here on my desk. But use a paper clip and just clip it on. But I want to use mine for pockets, so I'm definitely going to glue mine. Now I'm going to mass make these probably, and then come back and decorate after we get a few of them made. So this is mass making some very easy pockets. Let's see. The center is right there. And on the thinner paper, you don't have to do this. This is just a thicker. This is like a cardstock. Oops. Folded that one a little crooked. There we go. Okay. Now we know we want to fold over this way. So I'm going to kind of line that up on my grid there and fold it over. Just like that. Then I want to do a little edge on this. Now, this one's a little bit wider. So instead of cutting it, I may do a wider edge. So let me grab another punch. Let's do this big mumba jumba here. This is one of the older Martha Stewart punches. I have no clue if they even make it anymore. I will try to find it and link it below if I can find it anywhere. But I've had mine for many, many years. I think I actually bought it on a clearance sale somewhere. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I think that is gorgeous. And then I'm going to put a little ink just to cover the white. And I could use just a black ink, but I don't have one right here on my desk. So I'm just going to use this one. Now let's go ahead and glue these little places down. Now I don't think that I have seen these little wraparound pockets anywhere else that I know of. This just kind of hit me one night in the middle of the night, like most all of my things come to me. And I thought it would be cute. Let's just pretend that we're putting in this one. We'll do it this way. So there are our two pockets, pocket here and then a pocket tucked up that way. And then if you flip it over, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And you would still be, this is thick enough that you'd still be able to tuck under there with no problem. Now, if you're using a book page or something thinner, I wouldn't use this big punch. But this is nice and tough, so it'll be fine. Glue it here, tuck under. I would probably put a little glue here and here as well, though. Okay, so let's do another. Let's see. I'm just going by some different scraps that I have here. Not scraps. I'm sorry, these are not scraps. some different sheets I have here. Let's do one out of this. Now this is I'm gonna have to tear this. I have to tear my edges. And I want my edges straight, so I don't want them deckled. So I'm gonna use my I started to call it a silver ruler. It is silver, but I mean it's just a metal ruler. When I want a straight edge, I use that. And let's go here. This is from Kara Brandon Creations. And let's see, I don't need it that big. So if we fold this down, we'll probably, let's cut it. Let's tear it about right there. That should work. Okay. Now, I'm just going to fold it over like this. Like I said, if you've got a thinner paper, you don't have to worry about finding your center. You can just fold it over like this. If my paper will cooperate with me. This is just printed on regular copy paper. Not thick at all. Okay. And then you want to fold this way because you want your you want this side up. You don't want the white side up. So fold it like that. And then let's do a punch. Let's see what else we've got. Let's try this one. This one's not, I don't think this one will be too flimsy. Whoops, skipped one. One little bitty bit, right there. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And if you're, if you're scared that this will break off, you could always take another little piece of paper and put behind it. Just maybe a light blue or something where this would still show. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and glue these down. I think these are going to look great in our journals. This little pen is the only thing that I can't get used to on this. It's a lot larger than the pen on the art glitter glue. It's a lot longer, and I forget that. And so I end up dropping it. But I haven't lost it. I just usually drop it right on my desk because my hand gets caught on it. But I don't find anything else wrong with it so far. I mean, it doesn't make my paper warp. So far it's working really well. Oh, and we have the refills in now as well as the bundles. So if you want one, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, I gotta try it in one. And it's gonna be, well, no, it's not gonna be too long for this either. Let's try right there. Oh, that's gonna be just the right size, I think. Look at that. I like that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put this one down in here. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue right there on the tip. Make sure that's pressed up. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to run just a little bit of glue right down through there. It's just going to help hold it right here at the edge. Then we're going to run a little bit of glue down through there and a little down through here, and you could even split it and put some down through there so you'd have 2 pockets. And then I'm going to take the edge of this, because the edge would be the most fragile anyway, and glue that down like that. And then I have a little pocket right there, and or a little tuck, and 2 pockets over here, one right there, and then one that I can go in this way with. And then I can do some embellishing on top like that. Cute. I like that. Okay. Let's try a book page one. Now, depending on what you want to show on your book page, I'm going to tear this off at the bottom right here. Tear the white part off. And I won't throw that white part away because I'm going to show you some things to do with that later. Not today, probably, but in our next video. Just going to fold that down there, that down there, and then fold this over. I think I got it in the middle. There we go. That's better. Alright, now one thing that you could do on the book pages, since they're a little thinner, fold that back so that you have a double thickness here. So we just folded this part back, and then I'm going to glue this down. Then we're going to glue these down. Okay. Then we're going to ink a little bit. Now, if you wanted to punch this, I think it would be okay to do that now. So let's go ahead and give it a try. See what happens. And I'm punching it with it wet with glue, so maybe a little bit different. Yeah, it's trying to stick in my punch. There we go. And see, that's thicker now. It's nice and thick, and it's all glued together. So we have another. You remember those little sailor hats we used to make? That's kind of how this come to me. But let's try this one in here. You know, I have to try all of them. Cute. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's do a little bit of embellishing on one or two. Just to... Alright, so this is going to be our pocket. So what do we want to put on here? Let's go with some things that we've already got cut out. That might help me a little bit. Let's look in here. I like the book page and the greenery. Oh, I don't mind that. Let's do it that way, like that. I like that okay. And this is just more of those little, they call them washi stickers, but they're actually a vellum, kind of a vellum, I think. But I got them off of Amazon, and I think I have them linked below. You get like 4 packs for a certain, I don't know, I think they're like $11, $10, something like that. But, see, isn't that cute? It doesn't take much. Then you can put something on this side. A piece of lace on this side would be pretty. And remember, this is going to be on another page, so you don't necessarily have to match it to that one. You can put something completely different on this one. You know, I think this is pretty right here. What would that look like? Ooh, I like that. So let's try that. Where's my pencil? Right there and right there. So let's just tear that off. Have to put your tear ruler the right way up. And see where I'll go to. Right there. Okay. This is another piece from Hello Susan. Oh, that's cute. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and tear off this end right here. Just a tiny bit of it. And then we'll put a little bit of ink on there. And glue this down. Oh, I love that. Okay. So there is one, and I don't think we have to do anything else to it except maybe a little word or something. So let's just grab this. And again, I still have people asking, do I have a video for these little ephemera journals? Yes, I do. They're always linked below. There should be a playlist down there that just... The playlist says ephemera journals, and if you go to it, it'll have all 3 of them linked there. I have 3 different sizes that we have made, and I love them. I use mine all the time. Now I have 4, and I need 1 more probably. Okay, let's put that right there. And there is that, ready to go in the journal. Now this one, what are we going to put on it? I'm going to put a little bit of something on here to kind of break up that black. Okay, I think I'm going to put this on there like that, and I'm going to round the corners. This is from that same paper collection, so it should go well with it. Yeah, we'll put that right there. I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. And I don't think I want anything else on that. We'll have our pocket there, pocket there. I think that's all I'm going to put on this one. This is going to Melina, so she doesn't do a lot of... She does some frilly, but not a lot. So And when I put it in the journal, if I see that there's something else that needs to be done to it, I'll put that on there. And then on this side, I think on this side I'm just going to cut this and run a bunch of those little signs down through there. I don't care if they're half signs, whole signs. It'll just have a few little signs down through there. So I'm just cutting the barcode off. I'll run that down through there, but it does need something under it to make it pop. So let's see what I have. I'm just going to tear a little piece of this and put under there just to make it pop a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Let's put a little bit of ink on this. Now I need to see how far down I need that. Okay, right even with that. And then this we will put right there. And I think I'll go ahead and trim it off so I get my glue right. This is from the collection Coffee and Friends, and we do have more of that collection in. I don't think it sold out today. So there we go. Like that one. And let's see, let's do another one of these. I think we might do a little collage on this one. This is just some paper that I dyed yesterday, I guess it was. And this is ink dyed. This is not coffee dyed or tea dyed. This is ink. I'll put that there. Then I need, what do I need? I'm going to look in here. This is some of the stamps that we have done on just scrap pieces. Scrap pieces of paper and material and everything else. Not that, that's too big. Put that word on there. It just says inspiration. And I think I want a little piece of vellum underneath that. That down, and then I'm going to tear a little bit on the bottom of this. Then we'll ink this up. And that can go down right on top, just like that. And when I put these in journals, like I said, I may add to them. I don't know. It'll just depend. Okay, so there's a little cluster on that side. I'm going to flip it over and put something over here. I think we'll just cut this little piece out and use that. This is a little vintage wallpaper. it's going to be about the right length. There we go. There is another. And let's do this one real quick. We've got 2 more. Let's see if I've got time. Yeah, we should have time to do these. Now this is another one for that journal that I'm making for Melina. So let's cut, I think I'm going to try to cut this out. I don't know if I will get it small enough to go on there or not, but we'll see. I don't know. Now that I have it cut out, I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to trim some more of this white off. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, I like that better. I had to get rid of some of that excess white. And I'm going to have to ink it because I have a little bit of white showing around it. There we go. So we have that on there. Then on this side, I think all I'm going to put is one of those little flowers. Yeah, a piece of greenery like that. That will work. And I'm just going to wrap those around. It's just vellum, so it's not going to hurt anything. There we go. So we have another one finished. And we've got one more that I want to do. Now I think on this one, I'll put this. And this is not necessarily for a Valentine book or journal, but I think this is going to match up pretty with that. Well, it's going to be a little bit big unless I round the corners. Let's just round the corners. Let me get some of this mess up. Go ahead and round the corners, and maybe it won't be. If it is, I can still trim it down some. Yeah, so I'm going to trim it down a little bit on this side. Got a little bit of extra room right here. Trim that off. We'll round those again. And I don't have my pink ink down here, so we're just going to do brown. Gonna do vintage photo. I think that'll look alright. Yeah, I like that there. That's cute. Okay, and you know what? We could even glue just this, this, and this down and have another little tuck. Let's do that. We're gonna glue here, here, and here. And put this down like that. It just fits perfect. And then we'll have another little tuck right there. So I think that's all I'm going to do on that side. And then on this side, I'm not going to do very much at all. I don't think it needs it. So let's see what we have that we could put there. Just some small something. Looking through her papers here. That way I may not have to get up and go get anything if I can find something right here. That's cute. But I don't know that I want to use that right there. Let's see. Need something that's long. Okay, let's put one of these on here, and then maybe these little tags here. Now, these, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. Yeah, I think this and this is different collections. Am I right or am I wrong? No, that's the same collection. Never you mind. So I think we're going to put this one. This is Kara Brandon Creations on Etsy. If I forget to link, you just go over. Her name starts with a C. Kara Brandon Creations. And it will take you right to her Etsy store. This one, I think it's called Pretty Florals. Well, now that I'm seeing that on there, I really don't like it. It's a little bit too small. I need something larger. So what shall we put? Let's just run a piece of trim down this side. I think that will look better than anything else. So let's just do that. Because it's not that wide, and it's I love all these little flowers on there, so I don't really want to cover those up. And then when we put it in the journal, we can always add if we need to, or if we want to. Yeah, I like that better. Just that little ruffle on there. Let's see. Yeah, I might glue a couple of those on there. Maybe a blue one and a green one. Let's cut this green one out right here. Yeah, I like that. Put a little bit of ink on them, just to match everything else. And let's tuck that right, oops, wrong way. Tuck that right under there. And then tuck that one under there. There we go. Alright, so that is our pockets for this side. Okay guys, that is our pocket tucks, I guess is what we'll call them, for our journals. They're quick and easy, a lot of fun to make, and you can make them in any kind of design that you want. You can use your punches or not use them, it doesn't matter. Alright, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.